TikTok can be a place for really funny videos that either teach you something new or just brighten your day.
But it can also be a place full of some pretty dark stuff that's either really scary or just straight up dangerous.
And sadly, TikTok usually doesn't do too much to stop these challenges in their tracks. So some of the worst challenges or trend videos you could think of, well, they end up going viral. And that is what we're gonna talk about right now on I.O.
Hey, what's up everyone? It's Mackenzie and Jared here for another collab video, because these are the best. I think you guys like them. They're
pop, 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 pop. Yeah, I'm excited.
I don't know what that was.
I like these. I like these.
They're poppin'. No, I love them. But before we get into it, make sure to like and subscribe below. Also check out our playlist of other top 10s right up there, and follow our socials to see more of us.
Even though I don't really post too often, but hey, follow us anyways.
You do on the stories, I post a bit.
I'm a big story guy, yeah.
Yeah, we love our stores.
At number 10, we got the Holocaust trend. These two words should never be side by side, but for some strange reason, enough people jumped on this idea that it actually turned into a trend. Although it seems the majority of those who took part in the trend had good intentions, which was to highlight what life was like for victims of the Holocaust, it just seems like they missed the mark by like a mile, like more than a mile actually. They missed it by like a whole field of space. Aside from how tone deaf the trend itself was, the fact that people were using makeup to emulate bruising, burns, and cuts, and overall just trying to understand, let alone recreate what life was actually like, this one was tough. And given that just the other day I saw an article that claimed over 30% of Americans either think Jews were responsible for the Holocaust or it's a myth, well, I think it's more important than ever to educate one another about the past and what happened, regardless of how hard it may be.
And at number 9, throw it in the air challenge. So this one is another doozy, and at first it's not all that dangerous, but of course with stuff online, people just end up taking it like way too far. This one is where a group of friends stand in a circle, and while they're all standing around the camera, someone throws something in the air, and the point is to stay in the circle the longest while it comes down right at you. And some of the stuff that they throw is like pretty harmless, like an egg, but some of the stuff I've seen in these videos is wild, with people even throwing sharply pointed kitchen objects, if you catch my drift, and even a couch, like a couch. I don't even know how that's possible, but they literally threw a couch in the air, but thankfully all of them ended up chickening out and running out of the circle before it came down on them. I also saw some guys throwing a ladder in the air, because that's the thing. Breaking your neck for views is not a good idea, people, but you I.O. watchers, you already know that, but you know, for everyone else out there, just the worst thing ever.
Up next to number 8, the cereal challenge. I knew there was a reason I was never too into TikTok, and I think this trend is the reason why. Pandemic aside, if anyone ever said to me, "Hey Jer, great idea, you lay down, I pour cereal and milk in your mouth / down your throat and then eat it with a spoon," I'd probably ask what's wrong with them, then proceed to lie down. On a more serious note, I don't know how or why this would be a trend in the first place. Aside from the fact that it's an absolute choking hazard, it's incredibly unsanitary, and overall this is just disgusting. Like, who wants to go viral and be known for eating cereal out of someone else's mouth? Or for having someone eat cereal out of your mouth? Who genuinely wants that? Hey man, you're the guy who ate cereal out of someone's mouth. Can I get a picture? Can you sign my spoon? No, no one wants that. We don't want that. We don't need it. Awful.
In at number 7, the Skull Breaker Challenge. You'd think by the name of this challenge, not doing it would be pretty much a no-brainer. Sadly not. So the Skull Breaker Challenge, or Jumping Trip Challenge, is where you have 3 people and 2 of them are like in on it, while the third has no idea what's happening. Basically, the 3 people get in a line with the unknowing person in the middle, then they ask them to hop up for them, and when the person jumps up, the 2 people kick their legs out from under them, which literally puts the person at an angle to hit their head on the ground with no protection. And this trend is just as dangerous as it sounds. According to CBS New York, a 13-year-old who got duped into the challenge hit his head really badly, suffered a concussion, and even had a seizure. And he's not even close to the only person who's got hurt doing this challenge. Allegedly, 2 people even passed away doing it, but that might just be an online rumor. Thankfully, I don't think this trend is like really big anymore, but the fact that it was even a trend, like maybe TikTok should be banned?
Bringing us to number 6, the Nutmeg Challenge. For those of you who didn't know, nutmeg actually has properties in it that if enough is ingested, you can get high. I don't know why I said it like that. To no surprise, all the real geniuses on TikTok decided to take part in the Nutmeg Challenge, where users would mix 2 to 4 tablespoons of nutmeg and drink it with milk or water while filming their reactions. As per the American Association for Clinical Chemistry, it takes 5 to 20 grams, which is equivalent to 1 to 4 teaspoons, for someone to get intoxicated. Normally in a drink with nutmeg, such as a pumpkin spice latte, you'd use 1/4 of a teaspoon. So 4 full teaspoons is grounds for some serious trouble. As per the AACC, I quote, "Onset of symptoms occurs occurs within 3 to 6 hours and lasts for 12 to 24 hours, often followed by deep sleep. Toxic symptoms are dose-related and primarily anticholinergic, including dry mouth, GI upset, flushing, palpitations, agitation, blurred vision, meiosis, hypertension, hypothermia, hallucinations, as well as coma and death. Detection of nutmeg-related compounds by laboratory testing is not readily available. Activated charcoal may be used to prevent absorption of recent ingestions, but clinical management is otherwise supportive. Okay, look guys, I'm just gonna keep this very short and sweet. Any challenge that could lead to potential coma or death, it's gonna be a no from me, dog.
Halfway through number 5, we got the Benadryl challenge. So one of the insane trends that's going around TikTok is the Benadryl challenge. And this challenge is so dangerous that one Oklahoma teen actually lost their life because of it. And basically this challenge is just people taking an insane amount of Benadryl in an attempt to get high off the pill, with people on the app claiming that it makes you hallucinate. Officials from the company Johnson & Johnson, the makers of Benadryl, are warning people against the dangers of participating in this challenge, as too much can not only cause terrible side effects, but also can cause death. And that's what we've seen with this challenge, with several teens across America getting hospitalized because of the trend, with one of them allegedly taking up to 14 pills at once. These ODs can lead to seizures and cardiac arrest, as well as deliriousness and comas. Because of all the harm this trend is causing, Johnson & Johnson has been working with TikTok to take down any videos that showcase the challenge and are strongly advising people not to participate, obviously. And hopefully these teens listen, because even though people think that cabinet pills like this aren't all that harmful, they definitely can be, especially with that high of a dose. Like 14, that is just madness.
On to number 4, the Seizure challenge. Another two words that don't belong side by side, as you can imagine. This challenge saw users pretend like they were having seizures. Not too sure what the appeal is here and how this could have possibly become a trend in the first place, as seizures are no joke. Users would start the challenge by dancing to the song Lucid Dreams by Juice WRLD, and when he says lucid dreams, they would act as if they were foaming from the mouth and shaking. Aside from the fact that people were angered by the challenge in the first place, many were quick to point out the insensitivity of the trend regarding Juice WRLD's death, in which he died from a seizure on a plane due to toxic levels of codeine and oxycodone in his system. The Canadian Epilepsy Alliance tweeted on the subject, writing, "The Canadian Epilepsy Alliance is both saddened and deeply disturbed to learn about the newest TikTok Seizure challenge that encourages individuals to dance to the late artist Juice WRLD's song Lucid Dreams and pretend to have a tonic-clonic seizure." Someone retweeted the tweet and captioned it, "There are people at every age who experience seizures every day and wish they would stop. I see it firsthand. This trend is offensive and not at all funny." I mean, look, I don't know who would do this trend in the first place or find it funny, but as we clearly see, some people are just in it for the clout and nothing else. And sometimes, like, you gotta just ask yourself, why are you doing the things that you're doing? Can it hurt other people? How will it affect them? It's important questions to ask before you put that out there. That's all I'm gonna say.
And at number 3, the Cha-Cha Slide Challenge. This one is just so bad for so many reasons. Basically, this challenge is based off the song Cha-Cha Slide by DJ Casper, which is the song that you've heard at every single wedding on earth. I swear. But now the 2000s hit is back, and for probably an even worse reason than you're thinking.
And to the left. To the right. Crisscross.
The challenge here involves teens in cars, which has literally always been a bad combination. And basically when the person is driving, they sync up the turning the wheel to the song, so when they slide to the right, they slide the car to the right. And not only is this super illegal, but there's also just so much room for this to go wrong. Usually people that do this do so on open roads, so at least there's minimal chance of hitting another car. But also there's no guarantee your car can move quick like that, and some cars have almost flipped over on camera. And obviously if anyone decided to do this while there were other cars around, it's basically just a guaranteed accident. And as someone who crashed their car as a teen by accident, let me tell you, it's terrible. So being in any situation where those odds are like any higher is just a really bad idea. You don't want to be involved in it.
Now at number 2, the Condom challenge. To no surprise, this challenge requires a condom, water, and 2 people willing to risk their lives. Well, it's really only one person who's in danger of asphyxiation, as the person dropping the condom is totally safe. The way this one works is that someone fills a condom with water and then drops it on another person's head. Usually the condom is durable enough that when it drops, it doesn't burst open like a water balloon, but instead just hangs over said person's face. The issue here is that covering your nose and mouth with an airtight seal isn't very good for you. Most humans need oxygen to survive, and your nose and mouth help you with that. So covering them with a condom full of water is actually not only dangerous, but incredibly stupid. Although this is likely better than the old condom challenge, where people would snort a condom up one nostril and pull it out the other. But guys, just use condoms for like one thing, and one thing only, to safely protect your bananas. If you've been to sex ed class, you'll get that one.
And finally at number 1, the penny challenge.
The penny, get up.
I'm scared.
No, just put it in there. It's not-
Okay. In here.
No, 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 no.
No, in the hole at the top. From the top, from the top, the top.
This one is another one that is so dangerous to not only the person doing it, but literally everyone around them. So you know when you're charging something, but the outlet might be like a little loose, so it's not in the wall super tight, but there's like a tiny bit of space in between. So basically the penny challenge, also called the outlet challenge, is where someone decides to fill that empty space inside of a live electrical outlet by putting a penny in it. So to make it super clear, while someone is charging their phone in an outlet, they put a penny in the socket between the charger and the wall, and literally watch the sparks fly. And the result of this is terrifying. In the video I saw, the penny almost immediately makes massive sparks. And for the rundown on why this is one of the worst things ever, first it can electrocute the person and cause a massive fire, but one fire official commented that the scary part is that a small fire could start behind the walls and turn into something huge that puts everyone's lives in the building in danger. So that's all for the list, guys. Let us know what you're thinking down below, and which do you think was the craziest? What do you think was the craziest?
They're all pretty
They're
bad.
all so like
Like the cha-cha one's
How?
pretty bad because you're driving in a car and you're, you know.
the car one's pretty bad. The Benadryls, but the penny one is really messed up. We've seen the videos. Like there's just
Yeah.
so all
The
of them
nutmeg
are
one too,
awful.
though. Like that could put you in a coma. Like
Yeah.
who's doing that?
It's
Why
so
are you doing
crazy.
that? Anyways, guys, you know what we're gonna do now. We're gonna round this one up with some comment replies from our last roundup.
Woo! So Kiki Russell said, I wouldn't be surprised if the next TikTok trend is open heart surgery. So fitting that this comment was in the last roundup because we're doing that. I mean, at this point, like, anything's possible.
I think the song that they would use for the trend would be how does the song go? I feel your heart beat to. I don't know if they can include it though because it's.
I behave in the beat of the
'Cause I don't want
drum.
to get
Oh, it's a
copyrighted.
Kesha song. Oh yeah, no, we'll get copyrighted for that.
You
2
can't
seconds.
be with someone.
Is that no? Or like your heart's
While we're
bleeding.
young or something. Live while you're young or
Yeah.
some shit like that.
Live like we're gonna die young.
Die young. That's what it's called. Die young. Yes. Yes, it is.
That's probably what will happen if people start doing this on TikTok.
Yeah, they're good. Yeah, let's start die. Yeah. Die young.
Oh my god.
Estrella said if you shave your teeth, it can cause teeth decay. My friend did it as a kid because he wanted sharp lizard teeth and now needs a fake tooth. Don't do that. The fact that people are doing this is shocking. It doesn't even look good. Stop.
Lizard teeth?
I guess like sharp teeth.
Uh,
I don't know. That's not good because like you need enamel. I mean, you break. The doctor told me, he's like, do you grind your teeth a lot? And I'm like, no. He's like, well, you do. And I was like, then why are you asking me? He's like, you need a bite plate because you're just grinding away your teeth. Did I say doctor or dentist? I think I just called them.
I think you said doctor.
You know what? Dentists
We
are
meant-
doctors. They have PhDs. I don't know. It's like a big debate. Is a dentist really a doctor? It's like a big
Yeah.
debate. You know? I don't
No,
know.
doctor.
But yeah, he's a mouth doctor. But they also have the ear, nose, throat, mouth doctor. Anyways, but yeah, he said that I grind my teeth. So I can tell you right now that's not a good thing because he wants me to pay like $400 to get a mold in my mouth and then a bite plate at
Yeah.
night. Because apparently I grind my
Bite
teeth in my
plate.
sleep.
Yeah.
So I would wear like a mouth guard so I don't grind at the enamel.
I
so,
literally have that too, yeah.
so
I
don't-
never wear it.
Don't shave down your teeth, guys, because
Yeah.
you know I'm doing that naturally and apparently it's bad. Don't do it for TikTok.
No. Teeth are not something to be messed
No,
with.
no. You gotta have pearly whites, and they
Yeah.
gotta be.
That was a lot.
That's what they gotta be.
Alright, then Ashley Lynn said it's weird because they basically made it seem like they didn't like James Charles flirting with them and not standing by their friend when he was being torn down. Then they post that. That's a really good way to look at it. Like James was getting so much hate for flirting with Grayson and having just like a friendly tension. It wasn't even that big of a deal. And then they do like something way worse in that, and then they don't get called out for it, or they don't feel like they're gonna be called out for it. No, like James got in so much trouble for that, and that was literally a part of the reason that he got such a bad takedown. So it's just like, yeah, I'm happy they're getting backlash for that now that you pointed that out.
Yeah, I don't know the
We're
situation
talking
at all. I
about-
was just here nodding my head and agreeing with you.
He
on everything
doesn't know
you
the
said.
tea.
And I trust Kenzie. I trust
Yeah.
that she knows what she's doing, and I believe everything that she says. So on that note, the Graysons, you know, f- you guys.
Dolan. The Grayson.
Whatever, you know what I'm
That's how you know he doesn't know shit, but we love him anyway. Alright guys, that is all for the video. Thanks so much for sticking around. If you made it all the way here, like and subscribe below, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.
Deuces.